Here we are with Broken Worlds, Exalted, Skeleton Keys, Episode 6, right? Yeah. I am Devin, the referee, and to my left we have X playing Y.
Nicole playing Tepper Burrell.
Kevin playing Poison Orchid.
Alright, what happened last session?
I'm not sure where the session started, but we went to go talk to a deathknight, or whatever they're called. It turned out to be Void Within Without, and he revealed the fact that he was part of the assault that killed my grandma, and probably other members of my family. So...
He is directly responsible for your grandmother's death. He stabbed her himself.
Yeah, so I'm telling. But also he said that he lost a reality bomb somewhere in the city. Like an irresponsible little jackass. So we gotta find that too.
Exactly the opposite of what he described.
Like an irresponsible jackass.
I mean, it's lost somewhere in the city, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's his, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he lost it he lost his reality bomb.
He didn't lose it in the city, he lost it in Thorns. Alright. So yes, Void Within Without has stuff missing, and you were going to go tell your grandmother about him.
Yes.
Tepid Thorn. So, when we last left off, you were at Orchid's estate.
Mm-hmm. And I guess from there, we would just head back to the guild.
The Exchange Consulate.
Exchange Consulate.
Built into that old arena, covered in red clay and empty businesses. The storm continues on, beating down on the city itself. You see spooks and ghosts and wraiths walking to and fro with their umbrellas out. There are processions of people. There are small market stalls set up where jars of that cloudy, gauzy water that can be collected from river basins are being, hawked. Clay working, bits of art, scavenged grave goods. It's a little market street that you're, running down across. Until eventually the Exchange Consulate's before you. Its edifice sharply lit in contrast to the darkness around it and the clouds above.
I guess we'll just head straight to our office. It's not like anyone stops us.
Yep, alright. So yes, Tepid Thorn's office. When you enter the door, or the threshold, she's there staring out the window. She has a glass, or I guess a teacup in her hand, and she just turns when you enter. Oh, that was quick of you.
Hello, grandmother. So we met with him. He agreed to help us if we help find something he lost, which is a reality bomb, which is lost in the city. The words itself should tell you it's bad. But also, he was part of the attack on Thorns. I figured you'd want to know that before we go any further.
What?
Yeah.
The boy?
Yes.
Thorns was over a decade ago, dear. How can this be?
Death Knights do not age. We are eternal.
Truly?
Truly.
Where did you hear this?
From him.
He just admitted it?
Yes.
Quite casually.
He didn't, I don't think he realized who you were or anything like that.
That is interesting. What do we do with that information? He's like you. He's a chosen.
Indeed.
But he's here with no army. He has no servants.
None but what he hires himself here, it seems.
I've heard nothing of him having an entourage. Why would he be out here so far from home?
Experiments, from what I understand. of the philosophical nature.
He's alone out here then. He doesn't want to be found.
Quite likely.
We must use that to our advantage. What do you know of him? Is he from your coterie?
No, he serves another. I would know who he served, right?
Yeah, Mask of Winters.
Yeah.
Considering he's the guy that took thorns. Like,
I don't think they know that it was the Mask of Winters who took
The Mask of Winters is like a power behind the throne.
Ah, yes. Yes, the one he serves is known as the Mask of Winters, the one responsible for the collapse of thorns.
The Sorcerer Ghost.
Yes.
He rules this champion.
Yes.
Huh.
The Lord himself I have never met, but...
We'd always suspected that there was something behind the new ruling regents. I didn't realize it was their court entourage. How do we... What is this Mask of Winters like? Does it leave thorns? Is it merely there temporarily? Is it homed there?
It could be. He is a... What's the word I'm looking for? Enigmatic entity. He could be there centuries. He could leave the next day. He could... The Death Lord's whims are hard to predict. Each one is more unpredictable than the next.
This ghost child could be a stepping stone to doing something with that Necrolord.
Gaining his trust might be a way to find ourselves deeper within the courts of the Mask of Winters if vengeance is your eventual goal.
I am not familiar with these entities or how they operate or what their motivations are. They have a half-life to them. They serve a different set of laws than the laws of the underworld or the mortal realm.
To deal with them is as you would deal with a fae or another creature with such
I've never dealt with Fae.
strange moralities or a lack of one, logic that would not be what a mortal might expect, a human.
And you think we could gain this entity's counsel and lead us as a stepping stone towards the mask?
The Death Knights, we ourselves are human, or were. We run as one might, easier to work with. We trust, yes. It is quite possible.
How would you proceed then?
presumably finding him what he wants would be a show of trust, because that's a powerful something that could be used as a weapon that we'd be giving him. On the other hand, do we actually trust him enough to have whatever that is?
We are
if
very
he made
much
one, he could make another.
true enough.
That's fair.
To do this would be for us to go to Thorns to further scout the area. Even going there may be a wise next step. Surveying
You wouldn't have to go to Thorns to find it. It's lost here.
Oh. Huh.
He explained last session that
He lost it in Thorns, but it ended up here.
Oh, okay.
it's those funny little natures of how the underworld works. All right, then guess we should proceed from there then.
Sounds like the next best step. To assassinate him now would get us nowhere. We would miss out on our opportunity to make our passage between here and other afterlives easier. Which he has agreed to do, provided we do find this reality bomb.
Alright. Then that is how you should proceed then.
We don't have much of a lead, but we think we might. We have a place that we'll be checking out first to see where it might be. Other than that, if it's not there, might take a while.
What exactly is this artifact? You say it's a weapon?
I think its purpose is to remold an area to be what the person who has it wants, but that is very much able to be used as a weapon. Physically, he said it looks like a board game.
Yes.
That's like this big. With like, he said when you go to play it, then the pieces arrive. They're not there automatically.
So it's some sort of sorcerous artifact.
Yes.
Yes.
There is a fair trade of those in the city. Underground, very underground, hard to get a read on.
Infiltration is my specialty.
I don't really have any leads. That's more of a... We have liaisons with other elements of the city that work in those circles. But ever since the cult of the rule fell, it's spread. There's been this grab for grave goods and strange things from creation or the underworld.
I will have my men put their fingers out in the various markets they run with. See if I can get anything from that.
My name keeps coming up whenever I try to look into this.
Mm-hmm.
An ant skull. Some sort of... I don't know what to call them. Rebellion exorcists? Tainted spiritualists?
The name does strike me as familiar from somewhere.
Ant skull as in ant knuckle.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a cult organization of negative occultists, ones that work in very dark circles. But I would know more without having a better connections.
We can always seek out this ant skull and see what she has to say.
Even just having the name would be very helpful towards that.
No, shall we though?
Yes? Let's.
Okay. All right. So, what is your guys' plan now?
Do we want to go back to the Cult of the Rule place? Because he said that it attracts a cult of personality around it. So like maybe it's there, but then also there's the things there to boop.
Sorry?
You bond with the thing to make it yours.
The manse?
Yeah. I'm gonna remember the word for that. Yeah, other than that, there's also this lead that is probably the actual answer.
Ant skull?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could always look into that.
Also, the fact that those people have the fucking Necronomicon and think that they're gonna whatever with it. That's also something that we should deal with.
Yeah. A lot of pressing things.
All kind of related. The book that's clearly a sorcerer's artifact that a bunch of cult people have.
There's like an underground market for that kind of thing, so maybe we should look into that, just in general.
Yeah. Like, your characters can see the connection. They're all the same thing. This guy's weird abyssal thing he's made has gone missing and is in the city somewhere but has never been found yet. There's a book that's also sorceress that hasn't been found yet. There's a criminal element. There's people buying them up. You can see that they're all there.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so we were just discussing off camera. So what are you guys doing?
We're going to investigate the Musicians Guild to figure out where they got this book. Because that would probably lead us to the black market of magical items.
Alright. The Musicians Guild is holed up in what looks like a sort of western seaside chapel. It has a very rounded design with shingling to make sure water will spray off of it because it looks like it gets, caught by waves fairly often because of the west. There's proper like clay roofing and window silling on it. It has a lot of intricate carvings in it. It almost looks like kind of like a small, squat, round building with like a lighthouse kind of built into the side, but it's in the middle of the city. It looks like this is like a 2-story building with like a 5-story lighthouse. But, very narrow. Probably can't hold a lot of people. When you go outside, there's like the ghost of a beggar man, and he doesn't have legs and looks kind of emaciated in robes, but he has a harp that he's strumming on. The harp looks like it's made of like catgut or, sinew. Very bone-like to it.
How are we gonna go about this? Like, are we just gonna walk and be like... we're not just gonna walk and be like, show us your fucking demon book.
It's more they had paperwork.
I'm just gonna pause. We're back.
Okay. Well, I don't know. If we do this the roundabout way, it's just gonna waste precious time when we could simply...
Is time precious?
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah, I've described the building. You're outside it with your gang.
Well, you're the talking man.
Oh, okay.
You don't want to lead the charge on this?
I have negatives to social skills.
Don't think of it like that, honey.
He's like all talky. His entire thing is being talky.
I guess we'll go in.
Alright, you enter. The inside of this place has murals on it, a lot of oral traditions that have been transcribed to like art and whatnot. A few like damaged like instruments like CNs, or I think that's what they're called, like, stringed instruments just kind of hang on the walls. Cymbals, gongs, some actual like wind chimes. Lots of very light instruments.
Okay. I have that paperwork detailing them trying to track down this book. Does it have any names on it of people specifically in charge of trying to find it out, or
Not really.
is there a way I could figure that out, like through their fingertips or traces left on it? They like cut themselves on it.
Like to track it by blood or something?
Yeah.
Huh. Let me... Well, there's people here, and I don't really have an answer for that, really. Like, you were trying to use, like blood tracing? I don't think that would exactly line up the way you think it would.
Okay. You're like an assassin hunter person. Do you like have any abilities that would do that, or?
No, I'm not. I'm not good at tracking. I'm just good at being where I want to be and also killing things.
Okay.
Yeah, this place has people in it.
Yep. I guess we'll just talk to someone.
There you go. There's a woman behind a desk who looks like she's transcribing notes, like not musical notes, just like papers from like etchings and whatnot onto paper with calligraphy, like a brush and that kind of weird mixed clay ink.
Hello.
She kind of startles at you because you're clearly you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hello.
Hello. I understand that your guild has recently come into, or has been making inquiries about a certain item, a book.
Oh, okay.
Is there any information on this book on those papers I got? Like
There's
anything at
sketches
all?
of it.
There are sketches of it.
Okay, I'll show the sketches.
Is this like a history or an oral tradition?
Sorceress in nature, I believe.
A cult?
Yes.
We don't really deal with that. We're musicians, but we do have a few. We have a skald who sort of takes care of the more stranger side of things.
Would you point us in their direction then?
Oh, they're in the lighthouse. They're tuning.
Tuning?
Yeah, they're tuning the lighthouse.
I see. Thank you.
It's a musicians guild thing.
Okay.
She just kind of looks startled.
Okay, I guess we'll head to the lighthouse then.
Yeah, it's just out back. It has steps going up. There's platforms with people on it. Like, it's not just stairs. There's platforms and stuff, and you can head on up. No one tries to stop you two from entering because, oh my god. But you hear the sound of, like, you know, there's not really music, but the sound of instruments being played intermittently and, like, being tested and stuff. And a sort of low rumbling chanting.
Okay.
Almost like it's in between like a rhythmic chant and a shout.
Want to just walk in?
Yeah, might as well, unless you wish to spy on him first, see if he's up to anything.
Fair enough. Are there windows? I'm assuming.
It's a lighthouse, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna be a little sneaky and I'm gonna spy on them, see what's going on in there.
It's people tuning instruments, people taking down calligraphy, doing repair work on stuff. Looks like someone has a complex, like wind piano, basically, that they're fixing.
Like an organ?
Yeah, it's like an organ. It's a little different.
Okay. Okay, nothing crazy going on in here.
Not really. Like when you get to the top, there's a guy who looks like he's part man, part elephant, and he's like basically like doing kind of shout, chanting, screaming. But when he does it, it rattles the top of the lighthouse and like brings the brickwork and inward and outward like it's breathing.
So that's probably who we need to talk to. Yeah. I'm just gonna come back down.
It's safe.
Seems like it. They're literally just tuning their instruments. I thought it was gonna be a metaphor or something for a ritual they were doing.
Fair enough.
He's just in the top yelling.
Okay. Yeah, we'll head the rest of the way up then.
Perfect. Yeah, the person, it's a man. He's large, like he's on the large side of human, and he looks like he's a beast man of some sort. So a lot of elephant features, large ears. He has tusks coming down from his top jaw and up from his lower jaw, in weird shapes. Gray, leathery skin, large club-like hands. But he makes a sort of bellowing, trumpeting sound when he breathes. Yeah, it's like warping the wood and the stone in here.
I'll wait till he pauses for breath before I.
And he eventually does, but not because he needs breath, just out of habit, because he's a ghost.
Are you the skald of this guild?
He kind of jumps up and like turns on you guys. I was Wasn't expecting visitors.
No.
You're the dead one.
Aren't we all?
No, you're the Death Walker.
That is a new one. Yes. I am Poison Orchid. May I have a few moments of your time?
You've already taken some.
Well then, I can afford a few more, I'm sure. Looking for a book. More specifically, the one
So you came to a musician's house?
Yes, actually. Does this book look familiar? Show the paperwork.
Where did you get that?
I find these things here and there.
I know someone who lost some things here and there.
Anyone you know?
No, I only met them once when they told me about a thing they lost.
How high is this lighthouse?
5 stories?
Hmm.
How many of your friends have sticky fingers?
Many. Though, if you are implying what I think you are implying, no, it was not I or my gang. Now, this book, have you seen it before?
Never heard of it before.
I see. I kind of gesture to my gang, way at the base of the lighthouse, the ones with spears more specifically, to kind of stand under the lighthouse.
Really?
Yes.
Death pit?
Yes. How heavy is this guy?
He probably weighs like a ton.
He's gonna crush those guys.
Oh, so it was a mistake!
I mean,
You're so shitty to us, boss.
I wonder how much I can do to like just tilt this guy over the edge by his fucking neck.
Grab him by his tusks.
Yes, actually. I will do that.
Intimidation.
Intimidation.
That sounds exactly what that's like. I'm not changing the music.
I think gather power?
Let me take a look by pause. Okay, so we're back. So you were going to intimidate this guy by holding him off the edge of a window by his horns. Which we decided was a... What did we say, bend will?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you got a miss on the bend will roll, which means that your leverage on him is a little stunted right now. It actually says you have to come back with new leverage, considering he's just being tart with you. So you grab him and try to push him to the edge of the window, and you do, and he responds by grabbing you, and like he grabs you with one hand by the throat and just hammers you in the face a few times for 2 damage.
Okay. I'm gonna use my armor.
Oh. You're good.
Yep.
What's the big idea, little man?
Okay, I've had about enough.
Oh, you've had enough, have you?
I don't think you fully appreciate the situation here.
Yeah, he's gonna reach for his robes and just kind of slowly peel them open, reveal the numerous vines and petrified, plant matter, like pushing through his skin and through the insides of the robes. And I'm gonna make an attack roll.
Is that an attack?
Yes.
So what are you gonna do to him before we go to the attack roll?
All right. I'm gonna latch onto him with the horrible insides of his robe.
Just start ripping into him?
I thought that was going to be your new leverage to use against him for bend will, and I'm like, are you just flashing him?
Yeah, actually, like not to make you do something different, but if you're like opening your robe and like activating your bonfire and stuff and doing the whole I am here to fuck and kill and I'm all out of fuck, that might be a better intimidate, especially if you spend a power die.
Oh yeah, sure, might as well.
Empower the roll. It lets you do crazy stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so let's see how that goes.
With new dice.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
You pick the best of the...
Yeah.
Yeah. So 11.
10 plus. There we go. That's different. Which...
Are we recording? Or?
Yeah, we're recording right now.
Okay. So yeah, there's all
Only
that
on
stuff
promise
riding
of your
around him.
leverage. You don't even have to do anything for him.
There's also like weird vines kind of pushing under his skin. Like you can see it kind of
Your cast mark, the bonfire's happening, the kill yourself anima bonfire of being an iconic abyssal.
His jaw starts to distend, and it kind of gets to the point where it's like something horrible is going to happen if he keeps unleashing whatever's inside of him.
So you push him out to the edge of the window and hold on and go all monster, go all bloodborne on him.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm like, I don't think you fully understand what's happening here. And then this.
Aw, jeez. All right, whoa. Let's take a knee.
Yes. Take the name. Beast man.
Okay. All right. We're just stop opening.
Takes a step back and kind of closes those robes again. There's an audible sound as everything kind of pushes back into place.
The elephant man had like a matted mane of like grungy black hair, and it's gone white in some areas. Well, what do you want?
The book.
I don't have it.
Who has it?
The guys have it.
That's extremely unhelpful.
They took it. We got it delivered a week ago.
Who took it?
He rattles off like 5 or 6 names.
Do any of them sound familiar?
Not really. They're just names of people. The city's big. They're all part of it. They're part of or associated with the music guild.
Okay.
Where do you get it from?
I knew a guy from Creation, like from the Skinlands.
And he sent you this book?
My old members of my clan, they were at my grave. They one of them was a sorcerer. He knew some people. We traded some favors. He got it to me.
Very well, I will seek out your friend, and for your sake and the sake of many others, you had better hope they do not read from it. It is not what you think it is.
He doesn't have anything. He doesn't have an answer to that.
Be good.
You just leave him there. He's kind of just like back up against the wall and just stays there until you go away.
Fucking dice.
Alright, you guys get to the base of the tower. Everyone gives you a wide berth because that light goes off like everywhere.
Sucked all the light out of that lighthouse.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. It looks forlorn and foreboding. Like something went wrong in it.
Well, I suppose we're going to be looking for these other people then.
Yes. No one I recognize. Perhaps some other people around the guild might.
You go back to the main building.
Mm-hmm.
That woman is still behind the counter there. She looks like she hasn't moved and is more distressed when you walk in because clearly a fight did break out.
We have names. Perhaps you might nudge us in the right direction.
She takes your names and is able to give you like home addresses of these people.
Oh, good.
I'm selling them right the fuck out.
Yeah.
Wonder how many of them have dead white wives and children.
One day away from retirement.
Fucking lord.
A few days after retirement.
But yeah, you get your information. You get a solid lead on this book.
Perfect. Suppose we'll head to one of these addresses then.
Sure. Let's see here. I'm just gonna... Okay, we're back. So you have a few addresses to check out. There's like 10 addresses. Mm-hmm. And I think we've said that instead of you going individually, you're going to send your goon squad that you have to goon squad it up.
Yeah.
All right, so you got your gang. Who is in the gang right now with you? Go do this.
I've got like 15 of them. The ones that are kind of leading it are, let's see, Oedipal Han, Beautiful Lynn, and Self-Orphaned Low.
Are the Nephrax here?
I probably took one of them, actually.
God, so there's a Nephrat, so there's a megabyte here.
Yes.
Alright, well, they're all, you know, paying attention to you. They were super happy with how much of a bastard you were to that elephant man. You're like, put your spears up, and threatening to throw him down onto them. So you're outside the Music Guild's place with your list of addresses, and they're all there waiting. What are we doing, boss? What are we doing? Boss, we're gonna kill someone, boss? Gonna make some orphans, boss?
I'll rip it into 4 strips, and 1 to the Nephrak alone. And distribute the other 3 to the other 3 ghosts. Go there, get information about this book. Break a few bones if you have to.
When you approach the Nephrak to give him the strip, he says in a low, or she says in a low, ghostly tone, "Who you want to kill, boss?" And yeah, they all take their paper and they get all pumped up. They're gonna break some bones, rattle some cages, rib cages, and they scurry off into the night like a swarm of black nightmare and chaos.
Well, this shouldn't take long. Shall we return to my manor?
May as well.
By the time you guys get back to your chalet and have your first cup of tea, the swarm returns. Some of them look a little bit beaten up. Some of them look fine. The Nephrak just comes back. Like, my image for the Nephrak is that monk from the new Avengers movie, the weird, creepy monk.
For some reason, I picture them kind of like blue crab monsters, and I don't know why. Like bipedal, but blue crab monsters.
No, they're just really angry ghosts. Man too angry to die. Anyway, I've shown people picture that one character from Infinity War, so we're back, listeners. But yeah, they all come back and start like conversing amongst themselves. Yeah, they're there.
What have you got for me?
The Nephrak just kind of puts its palms up to the sky, empty. It's like, there was nothing there that you didn't already have and that you haven't already seen.
A pity. A job well done regardless.
Yes.
I'll send it to be with its sister, brother, whatever.
It goes to the chapel. Where there's like they have like a well they've drilled into the building that they've filled with black water that seems to not have a bottom that they just meditate in front of.
Nobody goes in there.
Don't go there. You'll die.
Next.
So you know those addresses he gave us?
Mm-hmm.
So funny thing about reading.
My mistake.
Well, it's not all bad. We had to improvise reading the address, but it all worked out in the end. One of the ghosts is missing his eyes. Another one has like his arm broken like backwards.
Did you find the book?
No, not any of the houses.
What houses did you look at?
The ones on the list.
What did you find then?
Oh, just a bunch of really pissed off people that we were rooting around their houses.
No?
And a really upset princess.
I'm sorry?
Well, we can't read, boss, because you gave us words. None of us have word learning.
That was very foolish of me.
We didn't want to say it, boss, but like, you know.
It's my fault.
So, you know, we had to figure out, we couldn't just come back to you without the stuff done, so we went to the, to that Immaculate Monastery, and they had a princess there, and we borrowed her. And they're really mad about that.
Did you bring her
What?
here?
No, we put her back-ish.
What do you mean you borrowed her?
We borrowed her to read.
Oh.
We asked her to get us to read.
That's a lot less dark than I fucking... Okay.
Okay, so you did go to the addresses after that then?
Yeah, took care of it.
Perfect. And the information?
Nothing there.
None of them. None of them had anything to say about it?
Sorry, boss.
Can we, like,
That's
gather...
group 2. There's 2 other groups. We broke into 4 strips. Come on, man. Don't be shitty.
Okay, I thought this was the only other people.
No!
Like, I don't even know if they
1,
actually went to the right
2.
houses, though. Like, I can't even tell.
No, the princess, like the spiritual princess, she was very clear that we were at the right place. She kept screaming it.
Do we know any princesses?
Do we know about any
You do now.
Do we know about any princesses in town?
The Immaculate Order has the spirit of a particularly pious woman who self-mummified herself in the north.
Wow.
Who was still self-mummified even in death due to her piety in the temple.
What a reward.
She's fine with it. She's enlightened.
What a reward.
But yeah, she's like in the temple, like not on display, but there to be venerated.
Huh.
And they broke into the Immaculate Ghost Temple and stole her in your name. Like on her palanquin.
Oh.
Oh.
That's gonna take some sorting out.
That's what they kept saying.
Next road,
Pretty
please.
sure what they were actually saying was get your swords out.
Like half the houses we checked, boss, were empty. Like no one had been living there for weeks.
What are the other half?
Well, we put the screws through the people that were living there, and they said that they hadn't seen the occupants in a little while. They had gone off. They were getting obsessive, getting weird, getting peculiar.
That does sound like we're on the right track then. Excellent job.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got a good job.
And our final group.
We sorted ourselves from order of least to most success for you, boss.
That was very thoughtful of you.
Thought it'd play off better.
Very thoughtful of you.
So we went to the 4 houses you gave us. They're all in the same like living complex. It's like these stacked houses on top of each other, like apartments.
Okay.
And then all the rooms were connected. Like they'd all knocked out the walls and they dug into the basement, into the mountain foundation, into the old city, like the burial chambers this place used to be.
Let's see.
We didn't investigate, but there's people down there.
Interesting. Perhaps they are gathering beneath there for their rituals.
A lot of signs of weird stuff going on. There's like, they put parchments on the inside of the doors with wording on them.
They're dead, the people that we're talking about, right?
Everyone is dead.
Just wanted to check. It could have been a thing to keep out ghosts.
Everyone is dead.
Alright. Sounds like we know where to go.
I'll take a purse of silvers and just kind of throw it onto the table.
They'll scout. They'll like just...
Looked like you said, I'll take a, like that's what it looked like you did, and I was like, what?
Good job, good job. They all start chanting good job, and they're like, boss, 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 boss.
I also pull out a thing of liquor and just kind of pour that into what's left of my tea. I will need a few moments and then we can go.
Alright, you guys prepare mentally and spiritually for finding the book. The evil book. And I think we'll close it out there.
Cool.
Fair.
I was Devin,
Nicole?
Kevin?
and this is sponsored by Nobody, signing off.